Hi, this is Golden Goddess 100 coming into YouTube just to kind of talk with you guys and share. I've been very silent. I've actually joined the YouTube community several months ago, but I've been kind of watching, waiting, see exactly when I want to come forward and talk. And as we're going into 2010, I just want to kind of share some things with you guys, just to kind of put some light, share a little light from my perspective, my world, on our current situation. The reason why I'm answering this, Pisces 247, is because your video, the ending of your video, first of all, I'm not laughing at you directly, but I'm just laughing with you because I want us to just kind of speak on the frustration level that we're having right now, because it is real. It's very real, because you want people to wake up, essentially. There are certain positions that people are in now that mostly either people sleep, awake, or drowsy or awake. So, we have to be mindful of that. Everyone was sent here on this plane with a contract on what they're going to be doing at this time. So everybody's not going to be on the same plane. They're not going to be on the same page, so to speak, because we're resonating. There's just like there's different tones within the octave range. There is different levels of being awake or not, or in between. So to say the frustration, well, what I like to say, Pisces 247, is the main thing you want to look at is where you're at right now. And it's important to think about where you're at right now, because you want to be illuminate to your level based on where you're at, based on your octave. And there are going to be other people that are illuminating and that are also on a certain octave with you. We want to be mindful of that. Those people who are in that zone of being asleep or drowsy, you will want to just leave them at that state, because just like you've heard before that it's dangerous to awake a sleepwalker. It is true the same in the spirit realm, the metaphysical realm. So you don't want to wake those people. You want to be mindful of them. You want to be respectful of them. You want to allow them to be in that area. What you can do from them, and this is really important, this is interesting, you can actually, and this is, basically what you're doing is when you see these people, you saw those, like you mentioned, you saw those men that were standing on the street corner. You want to hear what they have to say, because I don't know if you've ever seen it where in skits, or maybe even a movie or a sitcom or things of that nature, you might have seen someone who wanted to get information out of people who were sleeping. Whatever it might be, they might kind of prompt them for certain ways of getting questions answered, and it's really interesting. It's very phenomenal, and I would say that this is not a way. You don't want to do this maliciously. You cannot go into this realm trying to basically swindle anyone, because you will have negative boomerang effects in the spirit realm. But what you do want to do is tune into them from your level and bring up that octave for them to be able to speak to you. They can speak to you. They might be asleep from the state that you see them in, just standing there. But if you speak to them, you will see that they have information. You can get information from them. So the way I want to explain this is that, for instance, you saw these men. They were on the corner, you stated, and they were kind of just hanging out. So you thought. Now, from your level, you thought that they were just hanging out. Well, let's say, they were noticing you, like you said, you were driving in your car, they were noticing you. You would want to have, for instance, if, I don't know if it was a corner store, a lot of times they like to hang around this corner store, because they bring that energy. There's energy there. They're at energy points. If you ever see them, they're at crossroads. They're trying to soak up psychic energy, if that makes sense. So they stand in certain gateways, gateways being doorways, street corners. If you notice those type of things, those are actually entry points or portals. These people are very psychic. They're psychic sponges. They are attuned, whether you believe it or not, but they're attuned on their level, because they have a work. No one is here as wasted. everyone is here to play their role. So you don't want to disregard anybody. This will save you frustration. You want to allow people to resonate where they're at. Now, here's what you want to do when you see people like that. Okay. Because with your level of frustration, what I am noticing is that there's things that you're trying to break through in. Because for you to be frustrated right now shows me that there is certain things you need to get right now in order to get to your next levels. But when you see people like that, they draw your attention. For instance, you connect with them, but you don't completely let down your psychic guard, because you can become very psychically drained. Here's what you want to do. You want to come up to these people, and you want to exchange a pleasurity. You want to not disregard them. You cannot have negative vibes or energy against them. You want to confront them. Perhaps you walk past them. They're going to want to speak because they sense your energy. They sense your octave. So you want to speak to them. But at all times, you don't want to open up your chakras completely. You want to have them protected. Okay. These things you'll learn how to do without thinking about them. But right now, you're going to want to pay attention. So you walk up to them, and you're in this psychic realm. You're in this spiritual realm. They say something like, "Hi, how you doing?" They might even have their ways of, coaxing energy from you. Believe it or not, these men are trying to suck off the energy of you when they say things that they know will get on your nerves, or they might say something like, "Hey baby, how you doing?" Things like that. They know that it's going to bother you, so you give energy to them from that, believe it or not. And that's why it doesn't really rattle them a lot of times. Sometimes they might get upset depending on where they're at, but it won't rattle them. So when they speak to you, when they say, "Hi, how you doing, sweetie?" whatever, you want to come up to them, and you want to just kind of engage with them on a psychic level. Eye contact is very important. Resonancy, you want to resonate not with them, but you want to feel their resonation. You want to see where they're resonating. And I'm doing fine today. How are you doing? That question, and you want to see where they go. And at this point, you're listening. You're listening. There's some key information that you can get. You'll know when you hear it. You'll know when you hear it. But the main thing is that you realize that no one is here just by chance. Everyone has their place. Everyone has a contract that they've agreed to.